3, 2, 1. PS1 version is completely different. Okay. Like, I knew it had different gameplay and mechanics and stuff, but if not even the music is the same, how can you even call this a port? Like, that baffles me. Like, there was also a PS1 game, based on the Grinch, and it got a Game Boy Color quote-unquote port. The Game Boy Color port is basically Pac-Man slash Metal Gear Solid. And it's nothing like the console version in the slightest. Ah, I see. Huh. Yeah, I just think that's so silly when that happens. The developers are like, hey, let's port this, wink wink nudge nudge, to the GameCube or Game Boy Color. Can you imagine if this was all you thought every video game ever was? And you thought, wow, look at these cool graphics, these 3D models and everything they're using on the box for the PS1 version? And you're thinking, wow, I could play the same game but on a portable console. That's so cool! And then you get it and it's just this. And from then on, you think every piece of box art is a lie. All the in-game screenshots are just fabrications. Nothing is real. Oh well, yeah. Getting bones in this game is quite a bit easier. Also, nice cycle. And mid-air doggo sit! Woo! Yeah, you know what's funny is that scenario I just described, that was actually me for like a few good years. I thought there was no such thing as like 3D video games. Except like what you could eke out from the Game Boy Advance. Which, granted, can actually do some pretty good pseudo 3D effects. It's like a better portable SNES. Yes, that was the 3-point landing, if I do say so myself. Alright, so the cafeteria has a lot of tight cycles. None of them waste too much time if you miss them, but you still want to make sure you get them if you can. Because they are a pain to deal with if you can't. This is the first one. Yeah, I was way off on that one. That's fine. It just means we're gonna miss one cycle here, which is about 3 seconds. And slipping around that car right there is actually pretty tight. And it's really, really worth it to try to do so every time. Because if you don't, you're gonna run low on health pretty fast in this level. So, I'm gonna make sure, especially for marathon safety, I'll probably want to grab a couple of bones and just heal up. That's another thing, is that the Game Boy Color can make some good noises sometimes. This is perfect. Oh man, that was the perfect position for him to be in. Very good. I'm gonna have to play this a little bit carefully, since I have no... Wow. Thanks, Ice Physics. Yeah, I had to play that actually carefully. That sucks. Still, we in there. What's nice is that you actually get a health refill after every level. These little monkey fellas are actually RNG, whether they keep moving or stop for a second to clap their little clappers. So obviously you want them to be in the right position so as to not get hit by them whenever possible. Yo, FJN, how's it going? Hope you're doing well tonight. Just got a nice spicy PB in this game by over a minute, so I'm hoping to extend that lead. But I hope your night is going just as well. Alright, there's a very tight cycle coming up as soon as I get past this first platform. I have to make sure I use optimal movement through here. Nice, and drop down cleanly. Perfect. So I can do this and catch this cycle. Whoosh. Nice. Oh man. If you want to see cute emotes, feel free to ask Ash to post all of his, because he has some great cute emotes in his arsenal. Speaking of cute, these heckin' puppies, man. These puppies are thrilled to be out of the cage. Look at those faces. Look at those little faces. Just want to smoosh them. Look at that face. Look at that face. Quadruple bone. And swag golden bone. Nice. The roof actually recently got a route update from a Good Samaritan on YouTube who actually posted on my previous world record video. And they said that the switch in the upper right was not actually necessary, and it turns out they were correct. So that saved about 7 seconds on the run right there. Personally, I'm doing quite well. I just got finished, before I started streaming, I just got finished with helping to build a fence. So that was an interesting adventure. And that's also why I started a little bit late tonight. Thank you very much. Nice gold. This is good stuff. Yo, we got one! Okay, that is a frame perfect trick right there. Frame perfect. Like, legitimately frame perfect. Oh, I almost did it again. Oh, shoot. Well, there goes that cycle. Oh well. Oh, welcome home, retroactively, in that case. Right through this area is going to be a bit of lag, so you want to try to minimize that by sticking to the left side of the screen. A lot of moving platforms and a lot of enemies with projectiles, plus you free dogs that also animate. So yep, there goes the lag. Very active area through here, so you gotta be a bit careful. Just manage your resources as it may be. The signs in this game are fantastic. Every single one. Like in the cafeteria, you got eat harder, or eat faster, work harder. And then in the level 1 of the factory basement, you have safety first with a giant caution symbol. And a couple little scribbles underneath it that are supposed to represent fine print. Yeah, this game has quite a bit of charm to it, in my humble IMHO. I'm gonna go ahead and conserve a little bit of health through here by not damage boosting. Damage boosting only saves like 5 frames, I want to say, so there's no real point in doing it unless you're going for, like, shaving tenths of a second off your time. There actually are 102 Dalmatians. However, the oversight therein is that you play as one of 2 Dalmatians, and you also rescue your parents, neither of which are taken into consideration into the count. So you do unlock 102 Dalmatians from the cage, but you also rescue your 2 parents, and you play as one of the other 2 dogs. So, there are actually 106 Dalmatians in the game. Which, if I'm not mistaken, the parents' names are Perdita and Pongo. And you get to play as either Domino or Oddball. I'm playing as Oddball right now, because she is the MVP. Also, I have a lot of time to save right here because in my PB, I forgot about this cage down here. Oh, I missed the platform. That's unfortunate. And there's the one I missed. I mean, it is pretty good of them to include actually 102 Dalmatians to rescue. That is a very good and clever thing to do, honestly. So I will give them credit. Cut jump always makes me a little bit anxious. Beautiful. Okay, we in there. Wait up. I did the wrong thing there. Yep, I'm gonna have to do that. I always forget it's little bounce and then big bounce. There we go. You do a little bounce by not pressing the A button, and you do a big one by holding down the A button as you bounce. Also, I am currently not doing this area correctly, because I'm forgetting to bark. Barking is important. The key allows you to unlock the cages. So you have to collect the key before anything else in this game. Per level, of course. Oh, come on! Oh. I did lose a little time in here last run as well, so this is fine. Grab that bone. If you grab 5 bones, you get back up to full health. And since I was running a little bit low on health there, I just wanted to do that for safety. Gonna miss a cycle here, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yeah, the one thing I'm a little bit weirded out about is how this dog is carrying a key. That is not a thing that puppers do. Oh, you know what I should totally do there is go to the left first and then to the right. Okay, and as long as we actually do this level okay, then we're in there. I have to listen for my audio cue here. There it is. Perfect. This level is really tricky because everything is slippery. So like you can't turn around while you're on the ground. You have to jump to retain your ability to turn around. That's a nice goal. Also, same music for some reason. It's rather silly. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a possibility. I know a few 140 IQ puppers myself. So this is a tight cycle that hopefully I'm able to make. So far so good. Let's hold our breath. Sweet. Plenty of time there. Good stuff. Perfect level. Let's go. Alright, last real skip in this game is coming up right here. I call it Super Skip, for lack of a better description. And, pretty much involves a 1 or 2 frame series of jumps. Here it comes. Yeah, not quite. Okay, so that would have saved about 15 seconds. But it's very, very tight, so it's not by any means necessary. Unless, of course, you're going for a ridiculously good time. Bloop. Drop down here. Grab this cage. By the way, this level is easily the most tedious. Casually, specifically. In the run itself, it's actually pretty cool, but, good luck finding these dogs casually. It took me about a half hour. The parents of the playable dogs are the only ones which are significantly larger. Does that mean they're the parents of all 102 dogs as well? Yes. I'm pretty sure that's... I have a confession to make. I have not watched the movie yet. Either movie. But I suspect that is the case. Unless they inherited a bunch of puppers. Wait a second, didn't Cruella de Vil capture all of these Dalmatians in order to try to make fur coats out of all of them? So they didn't all come from the same dogs. They're just like the foster parents. That's what I remember. I saw the live-action version of either 101 or 102 Dalmatians. So I know a little bit about the series. Alright, last regular level. Snipe. This level you pretty much have to play through twice, because right here we drop down and get the key, and we go all the way back around. And yeah, it's quite a bit of a responsibility, honestly. Double snipe. I admire the foster parents of all of these doggos. Dude, can we get the legendary back-to-back PBTM? I believe. Not forget that cage. Fortunately, that didn't waste any time because I had to wait for that cycle anyway. And final doggo sit. Here we go. Good. Sick. No, Teddy, you still don't get your money back. Thank you, though. Press B to bark. And she is dead. That is literally the entire fight. You just bark into the speakerphone, and she dies. Time's coming up in 3, 2, 1. There it is. That is tasty. So, that's the game. Gets better and better. How's it going, Stripe? You're just in time to witness a Christmas miracle in the middle of March. Woo! Good run. Roll 'em. Whoosh. By the way, those minigames that they just gave me passwords for, they are really, really bad and would make great donation incentives, in my opinion. One is a memory game, and another is just adjust the sliders and match the color of the paw print. It's pretty silly. Hit 2 PB. Oh, I see.